really
drug dealer move.
they're
Yo,
saving
taste
up.
my drugs.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Here we go! 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 Here we go!
Welcome to Salute. This is a Veterans Podcast, or should I say a podcast by veterans. I am, of course, Joe Ugly,
Shakiria,
and I'm an Army vet.
Marine baby.
Okay, ouch. Anyway, we salute the men and women who wore and are still wearing the uniform of the United States military, and let's get right on into it. What we got?
All right. Okay, so what we got right now is, you know how affirmative action was stopped because of through the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
So the Naval Academy is now being sued because, the Supreme Court stopped it. So they're saying, well, we don't need to consider race. So the Fair Student Admissions is suing them saying, yes, you do need to consider race because if you don't, then we'll see less diversity in the military.
Mm-hmm.
So they reached out to two former retired Marine Corps officer and a Navy SEALs commander, one who's white, one who's black. The white one says he doesn't see why race needs to be there because all that matters is that we create effective fighting force.
Mm-hmm.
And then the former Navy SEALs commander, who's a black man, said his experiences as a black officer has highlight the importance of having people who look like him in leadership to set the example for younger generation and minority service members.
And I concur 100% with the black officer because we need diversity in the military.
Right.
And there was a time when there was a white military and a black military.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't need to go back to that, and that's exactly what will happen.
Exactly.
Because the recruitment then will be white recruitment for certain jobs and black recruitment for certain jobs. Not saying it's not happening right now, but it will be overt opposed to being more covert with stop sets.
Right.
So, yeah, they definitely need to make sure that they maintain that we have a balance in race, ethnicity. Race and ethnicity needs to be highlighted in the military. And it's, I'm sick and tired of people who always want to just push it under the carpet that, oh, we don't need to have this, oh, we don't need to. Yes, we do need to have it. We do need to have it. I heard it recently, I think it was Stephanie Rue who said, people say that they don't want government to regulate. But yeah, we need government to regulate smartly.
Exactly, because we know what will happen if they don't.
Right.
We know, and it's crazy to me because I'm from the Marine Corps. It's a smaller branch, and it is even smaller for blacks.
Right.
And I was in a unit of 200 plus people, and I believe it was maybe 20 of us, if not less. So how can you tell me that we don't need, and yes, we're talking about the Academy for Officers, but the Naval Academy and West Point, they're both getting sued, by the way. The Naval Academy is just the one getting their trial first. But it's extremely important to make sure that doesn't happen. It was 20 to freaking 150 doesn't make sense to me.
It does not, not in the slightest. So, yes, we do need to have this. And this Supreme Court case, look, like many cases that came before them in the last 5 years or so that they have just made, I could say, they made bad decisions.
Extremely bad decisions.
Okay, so, we could just pinpoint how many. And these are supposed to be the extreme best of the legal system.
Yeah.
And the supreme of the legal system.
Right.
And they have failed us in so many areas.
Time and time again.
Time and time. It just goes to show now it's just supreme in title.
It is. And
Go ahead.
Obviously, when it comes to the Supreme Court, right now is extreme conservative major right now. And it's amazing to me how, one, you're supposed to be ruling on the people, not on your feelings and how you feel about what should happen and what should, you know what I'm saying? So I think that they have lost sight of everything, and especially the Chief Justice, who is in charge and knows better, right? He was elected, even though people understood that he was a conservative.
He wasn't elected, he was appointed.
Appointed.
Yes.
And I was getting a slight backstory on him. They knew he was conservative, but this level of conservativeness is so far extreme that they didn't even see it coming.
But that's the thing, when people come in with and I would hate for it to be too far left, just as much as I would hate for it to be too
there
far
needs a
right. You got to
balance.
have balance. The Supreme Court, just like politicians, you work for everyone.
Right.
You don't just work for one side, conservatives or liberals. You work for both sides. I was recently having a conversation with someone about understanding politics.
Right.
And, people like to say, oh, politicians, they come in and they promise you 10 items and, they come back and they don't give you anything and you're lucky if you got 4, I'm like, well, if you got 4 out of the 10 they promise you,
got something.
Not just something, you won.
Right.
Because it wasn't just you who elected them. Just think of it this way. People always like to look at the glass as half empty. Look at it half full. You got 4. That means 6 other items were shared up amongst other groups.
Right. And
you got the majority. So what are you crying about? Maybe sometimes the majority is just one item on the table.
Yeah.
But it was not just you who elected this person into office. They have to go back now and get reelected. It's not just you. So if they promise you 10 things and you got 4, raise your hat to them. Say, salute them, really.
Exactly.
What's wrong with you? People just don't understand. Politics is a business of strategy.
People don't understand politics, period.
They don't. A lot of people don't.
Right.
They just look at, I elect them, they say they're going to do this and they're going to do that, but they don't look at the mechanics of getting things done. However, if you go to a mechanic, you understand over his shoulder. Why are you doing that?
Yeah. You do the same thing with them.
Yeah.
You hired them, didn't you?
Exactly.
I don't know. I hate this discourse of this whole race doesn't matter. We don't need to know if you're race because we'll select you based on your efforts as an individual. Like is this not America?
Really?
We're
don't we have history
exactly
of where we have evidence. There is all types of data that I can point you to ASAP. Anytime you want to hit me up in the comments, I will more than willing to point you to the data that shows that it takes a person of color, mainly a black person, it takes 10 times effort. Or maybe if you don't want to go 10, it takes multiple efforts to get what their white counterparts have.
I'm gonna quote someone that is on the edge because she was with the Trump administration, Omarosa, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah. But she was on the news in which she said she came for this white lady. She was like, "You guys get away with being mediocre. It doesn't work like that."
Right, it don't.
And that it stands for across all, not just in that sense, across the board in America. We don't get to be mediocre. You have to work 10 times as hard. I had to deal with that and seeing that in the military where people were getting promoted or getting this just by doing the basics.
Just by showing up.
Exactly, showing up.
Yep.
And you get criticized on everything, your looks, everything is penalized. And we're talking specifically the military here compared to the white counterpart. They get to be sloppy, messy, this and that. But no, as soon as you look a little bit off, everything falls apart. So don't come to me with this conversation that race doesn't matter.
Or even if you're starting to advance, it is so simple in the military for that advancement to be snatched away.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it.
It is so easy. Let's just say you got by and you advance in one unit. By the time you get to another unit, they can snatch that new commander or new senior person over you can snatch that advancement away. Yeah. And
I mean, I've seen it happen with especially females, and I'm talking about black women, and it's in the military they often play, I'm gonna play along in the boys club because that's if it's one thing to do that and they'll be like, she's cool. But if you decide to just step out of that box a little and be yourself and stand up for what matters to you, automatically they'll demote you or not give you promotion, or you'll be labeled as, oh, you don't want to mess with her, she's, you know what I'm saying?
This is why I say to women have to do it like strong black people have to do it. You know, you have to strong black. I emphasize on that, not just black.
Stand on business all the time.
Stand on business. Do not go along to get along.
Yep.
You go along to get along. I'd rather struggle than to go along to get along, because the long-term gain, comes from me sticking to my guns.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you're going along to get along. You're gonna start doing stuff that's gonna haunt you in the future.
Yeah.
It's just gonna knock you down.
It is. It always comes back and it's like, damn, why did I do that?
And I say to women, when you're in the military, don't do this. Oh, I got to be part of the boys' club. I got to do no. Do you?
Too many of them do it.
Stand strong. Stand on all 10.
You are a woman after all. You don't need to prove anything or be like a man.
Right.
That's what separates you. And we need women in the military. We don't need them to be like a man.
You don't.
No.
It's women. I respect you, and I will always support women 100%. And with that comes, I don't want to see you bowing for any reason.
Right.
Just like I would say to my black people, don't bow. Don't go along to get along.
Gets us nowhere.
Stand on your 10 feet down, 10 toes down. 10 feet if you must. But no, serious. Be strong.
Yep.
Stand on your morals. Don't compromise your morals just because you want to be part of a club. The go along to get along club is never a long-term game. Never.
Yeah.
I'd rather be, to every great thing you want in life, everyone who has succeeded at anything has sacrificed something.
Yep.
And I'd rather sacrifice being loved than to give up being the best at what I do.
That's some words right there.
That's it.
That's fair. But yeah, shouts out to the Fair Student Submission for filing that much needed case against the Naval Academy and West Point, because the number is already so small of black recruits. We do not need it to get any smaller than what it is. All right.
Go to the Federal Reserve website, and you could pull up so much data that can support your lawsuit if your lawyer hasn't already. Go up there. There are so many websites you can go to that has data.
All right, and with all that, let's move on to some good news. Vets, we finally got the money we've been wanting for. Congress has approved that $3 billion so that we can get our benefits coming October.
Yes. Make sure my money is in the mail. Actually, I want to check that account.
I was worried there for a second. I didn't.
I was concerned.
I was, because it was looking a little like we may not get it, but they gave it to us.
Well, we knew we were eventually gonna get it, but when?
Yeah, in time for October. I mean, it was like what, a week away?
What?
Like,
you should see me. I was on my Superman budget. I'm like, all right, okay. As long as I gotta cover the mortgage. The mortgage is covered. A few and you want your stuff paid on time because it affects your credit.
Yep, and credit is
And
everything
credit
in
is
America.
king.
Yep.
Credit is king. I mean, okay, I was having a conversation with someone as recent as last evening who said to me that when he was younger, no one addressed credit. And how much he let his credit just go, that it affected him getting a job. Really? Yeah, it affected him. He said he didn't really know. And he was a young man in his early 20s, and he could not get a good job because credit.
That's crazy.
So, and he said, I had the skills, I didn't have the credit. I was like, wow. So to me, credit is king, and I always protect mine. I try as much as possible to show you guys, put your credit first.
Yeah, you have to.
It's like, make sure your credit is right, because at the end of the day,
I don't care what you have in your bank account. Is your credit score good enough to get you that loan?
Exactly.
There you go.
I mean, credit could help you out in a crunch. You have a decent credit card, and if you have a credit card, that don't mean go out and buy every doggone thing you see.
No. Credit card.
The credit cards. I mean, I don't care what they say or what they do. Credit cards, you should use it to help buff out your your
Treat it as like you
your-
would treat your debit card.
Exactly. Treat your credit card with real respect. Respecting your credit card is literally respecting your credit.
Yeah, it affects your credit.
Yeah. And when you start looking at it, you respect your credit, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I know the results of this.
Yep.
Oh, I want those shoes, but I mean,
Oh, Jesus.
look at it this way. If you didn't have the card in your pocket, you would have walked out of the store without them, right?
Exactly.
Discipline.
Discipline is a word, especially if you have a high interest credit card. Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
goodness. And a lot of them are. Those APRs are like, woo.
Extremely high.
Yeah, so I don't know how the creditors are getting away with this.
Speaking of creditors, I heard some news about, I got to look into it. I'm waiting to see if it will actually affect me coming October, I believe, that supposedly if you have a Navy Federal credit card, they're going to start charging you interest daily. I didn't report on it this time because I wanted to see it. I have a Navy Federal credit card. I wanted to see if that was indeed true. I know it's kind of an uproar in the military community. Once again, what the hell, Navy Federal? What's going on, bro?
They got to pay back for that lawsuit.
Oh, yeah.
They got to make that money back for that lawsuit.
It's like,
they just
are you
had to
for
cover.
us or not? I don't understand.
Look, they
Damn.
Navy.
Yeah.
They Navy. I'm waiting for my Salvation Army credit card.
The problem is they hire non-veterans in charge over there in Navy Federal. That's what it is.
most
Civilians, they
of these
don't care. They don't care.
Look, it's all about profit. Come on, at the end of the day, it's all about let's do this
damn.
profits game.
I get profits. Like, you could charge your interest, right? Fairly so on credit card. But daily interest? That's a little bit extreme.
You know
don't
what
think?
happens is when these guys look over and see their counterparts having 2 yachts. Like, damn, what am I doing wrong? I'm not charging enough. Yo, these bankers, man. You know what?
Oh,
Banks
my
make most of their
God.
money in fees, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the fees.
I mean, Apple credit card is by far the best right now, in my opinion. And let me explain why. They charge it in fees, right? Here's what Apple does. So every month, if you have an iPhone, it will show up, right? And it will tell you if you pay, like, let's say you have a balance of $500. If you pay, you could pay the whole thing off, no fees, or you could pay $350 and you won't have any fees. So it shows you exactly, there's like a little circle, it goes from like green to red, and it'll tell you exactly how much you need to pay to avoid the fees. And people can't believe that Apple actually came out with that. I couldn't believe it. And now they were trying to go over to American Express, but American Express is like, well, you're telling them what to do so we don't, make our money. So we can't do that. So I think that's by far, I don't put a lot of Apple for sure because of that, but I don't know how they even I'm sure they're going to take it away eventually once they realize, oh shit,
Well,
these
it's
are
a
really,
drug dealer move.
they're
Yo,
saving
taste
up.
my drugs. And when you get hooked,
No, as soon
I
as
got
that
you,
goes
son.
away, as soon as they take that away, I'm done.
oh, that's you because you're a disciplined druggie. You know?
Fair enough,
You're
bro.
a controlled substance abuser. I just use that in the sense.
Oh my God.
Metaphorically speaking, I'm talking.
I mean, it can be
My
like
daughter,
a drug.
what do you think? She had an addiction. We were sitting here talking. I'm like, no. Jokes.
It can be like a drug for some people
It
because they
is.
don't know how to stop using that damn card.
Listen, when people know, oh, I can put this on a card and I just only got to pay $30 a month. Mm-mm. The only person who's happy on that purchase is that creditor. Oh, yeah.
There was a video done on freshman college students, right? So like I think Capital One does it where they give you like a $500, maybe $1,000 credit card, right? And you get it. It's like, oh, you're new. Here's an intro. So a lot of them didn't know they had to pay the money back.
What I thought? You just got $1,000, go run?
No one
Do you?
explained to them, like, this is money you have to pay back. So they were just racking it up. And then now their
Credit
credit
is
is shot because they did that and don't understand taking, you're a freshman in college. Like, you're doing whatever you need to do.
Yeah, because you're used to getting stuff from your parents, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden now you're getting
And you
stuff
have-
from big corporations.
Yeah, you
like,
got money. You can
what?
just tap there, tap here. Oh, I'm good. I could easily see how that can. Yeah,
I'm buying drinks in the bar. You're a freshman. You're not old enough to drink. Put it down.
Someone's old enough to do something. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
oh, yeah.
It's college.
I can't drink. I'm going to buy shoes. No. Put it down.
Oh my God. All right, guys, let's move on to hot topics. So,
Let the topic get hot.
Air Force recruits do not get rifles at boot camp. Did you know that? Real rifles. They do not get real rifles at boot camp. Did you know that?
Hey, if you're flying high, no need for you to hold a weapon.
That's exactly what the producers said.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's my boy.
And I'm just like, wait, I mean, I just assumed military, whether you're flying or not, you would need to have, it was just like mind blowing to me. I had to bring it up and I was like, did everybody know this? They don't get real weapons?
I didn't know this.
That is crazy.
So Air Force boot camp is bang, bang, you're dead. You're dead. Bang, I shot you. They go back to third grade. I shot him and he's still running.
Oh, God. Man,
What do you do? How do they play war games? Stop!
don't.
You're in the line of fire. I'm not playing. I'm going home. Where's my white card?
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Air Force, y'all do it. That is crazy. I never assumed.
Why do they make the Air Force sound so soft?
'Cause
I guess you
apparently
know
it
what?
is. They
Well,
don't
hold
need-
on. They don't get to walk around with weapons.
Mhm.
What if their boot camp allow them to just walk around with missiles between their legs and they just drop them as practice? Because that's all they do on their planes. Really? I don't know. Air Force, I'm trying to save you.
Oh my God! If you're an Air Force, you watch it. Explain
wonder
how it
why.
goes, because we know people, but we don't know anyone that went to Air Force.
Well, we
boot
do,
camp.
but we never ask.
Yeah, that's true. I just assumed that every other Navy does it. Army, why wouldn't they do it?
I was trying to figure out why that chick had bow legs. No. Just walk around with a missile. She just drops it. They give them missiles in boot camp. Don't worry about shooting. You need to practice dropping your weapon.
I guess they're never on the ground, so why would actually
Yeah,
why
why-
would you need it? Because you're never on the ground.
They-
You're controlling a drone or you're in the plane.
Yes. So why don't you just go up in there and make noises. They put them in the simulator. Boot camp. Okay, you pass.
It
What
has
do
to
you-
be. Oh
what
my
do you
God.
do?
We had to practice with fake rifles one time, and I just couldn't.
You did?
But it was a real. Okay, I'm lying. It was a fake. It was real. It just had the cap on it.
Okay, so
yeah.
the nozzle has.
Yeah.
okay.
And even that for me, it was like obviously training practice, so you need to know what you do in the military, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I was just like, this is just so foolish, because you had to make the noise like bang bang.
You guys had to make the noise.
They were just with us, yes.
No,
didn't
we
need
had-
to, but it was just so stupid. Bang bang, you're dead.
No.
You had to like.
Woo.
It was absolutely our the
Did it
sergeant
have-
in charge messing with us, but it was
Didn't
just
have
so,
what they call it, dummy rounds.
um,
It makes the noise for you.
Oh, it did.
You know that. Pa, 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 pa.
Yeah.
It just had that thing on the top, so you know it's a dummy round
I don't remember.
where the shells pop out and everything. It didn't.
No, I don't think so.
It just popped like regular.
I'm
What kind of
pretty sure
weapon you had?
It was a
M16, A1, or A12?
A1. I remember that. M16 A1 service rifle. I remember. You had to say that like 15 times a day, bro. That is crazy.
Had the guys lined up. They used to tell us that. This is my weapon. This is my gun. This is for killing. This is for fun. Did he ever say
I
that?
don't think so. No.
You could not dare call that weapon a gun.
No, you couldn't. No.
Oh.
No.
Your gun is in your pants, Private.
Oh Oh my god.
Oh, I
That
love
is
the Army. They had all the lines.
They do. They do.
It's like
it should
they
be
had
a show, to be
you,
honest.
I think that's where a big part of my but I had quick wit before I went in. I think it just exploded when I went in the military.
Probably.
It just exploded.
You need to have quick wit.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It's like
It's the shit they say on this is like, did you think of this before you came up with it on the spot?
Yeah, and they just drop it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that it just exploded because now I was like free fall. I didn't have mom be like, knock it off. When I was a kid, mom be like, knock it off.
Yeah.
I went in and it's like, I was 17. And they give me the green light to be quick wit and be an a-hole. Come on.
I know.
I'm all about that. Come on. Where do I sign up? I'm over there looking at the end of the pencil, signing my name. I want to make sure.
Being an a-hole. That's pretty much what it is. Drill instructors really do get paid to be a-holes.
But I wasn't a drill instructor. I just love it, man. Listen, man, I can mess with you. Come on, man.
Thank God you weren't.
Mental military, man. No, the military. when
You're
it came
part of the problem?
No, I'm part of the solution.
No. The problem.
Let me tell you something. I'm part of the solution because I saved a lot of people from getting into some stupid trouble when I was in the military.
I see the dumb shit they do now. I can't imagine.
I saved a lot of people, and it's like, and at the expense again of others being mad at me.
Right.
You're like, but you can't let this guy do. You can't let him do this. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Hey, that's the military for you, right?
Yeah,
You get fake rifles and.
Pop, 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 pop. You're dead. Lay down. I'm not playing.
I gotta watch one of the Air Force recruiting videos.
Not my recruiting. I want to see their boot camp video.
I've seen Navy. I've seen the Coast Guard.
They don't have a boot camp.
They don't want to be embarrassed.
And then they're like, when you graduate, that's it.
Don't tell anyone.
You can't get in the Air Force if you can't keep a secret. And that's the number one secret.
I believe it.
No one should know. We don't fire weapons in here. That's a first to me. I
don't think a lot of people know that. I think that
Where did you get this data from, by the way?
This is from
AI. Come on.
Military Times.
Nah, they lied.
You knew that? Oh, because you were trying to go to the Air Force. Wow. And you still wanted to go?
No, he didn't want to. He's a thug. He was like, I want guns. Y'all ain't got no guns? I ain't going in. That's the producer, by the way, I'm messing with.
No, I did not. Because I wanted to go to the Air Force. I just assumed military, you shoot. That's what you do. Why wouldn't you?
You're in the military. Why would you not shoot?
Exactly. You never know. The plane could go down, and then you're on your legs. What are you going to do then?
I shot you. Why you shoot?
You play too much, bro. Oh my God. Air Force A, if it's been working. Well, they said they want to eventually get real weapons. Eventually, I guess. I don't. All that budget, you can't get some real ones. Like not even a freaking.
Their money goes to planes. Their money goes to planes.
And we need those planes. Don't get me wrong. But
absolutely.
You know how to shoot, please. Even a pistol. You never know.
Give him a slingshot, bow and arrow, something. God damn, show him how to do something. Like, oh no, we don't.
What do you train for in boot camp then?
To cut the enemy.
Nice. I gotta watch a video because what do they train for? Like, how exactly do they train?
Bow and arrows.
Like, we have reasons for what we do in the Marine Corps because you're on the ground. Like what? I worked in the air wing and I still was getting slayed up and down, left and right. So I don't understand. I don't understand. All right,
Air warriors, baby. Air warriors. They stand up. You know what? When you think about it, Air Force, I've yet to see a bird worry about what's on the ground.
Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true.
But I've seen birds got shot out in the sky.
At that point, they're like, well,
you shot your best shot. Look out, Mom. Tell Dad I still love him. Tell my brother he could have his room. He could have my room.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Hey, keep doing y'all thing, Air Force. You know, we need y'all, I guess.
We don't fight back. Okay, great people. Look, it was a lot of fun hanging out here with you guys again today on this place where we salute the men and women who wore and are still wearing the uniform of the United States military. I am, of course, Joe Ugly.
Shakiria.
And we salute you. Don't forget
to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Here we go! 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 Here we go!